Hello everybody, this is Demos, your cook of the day. I'm going to teach you how to master the fill command. There's very simple factors to the fill command. You can do many things with it. You can fill large areas, you can replace certain blocks, you can outline and hollow stuff out. Now I'm going to teach you how to do this. So for an example, I'm just going to do a quick command. So the fill command works based off coordinates. And it goes your X, Y, Z, so this would be our first position, which is +1, and then this would be our second position. Now, let's say I was too lazy to place the blocks and all that. You know what I can do? I can use the fill command. So, either you can mark the locations down, so in your memory, do the 476, 80, -1029, to 471, 80, -1035, right? You could do that, you can mentally mark them down, or you're typing in chat with the /fill. This is very important. This is the only thing we're going to be doing today in this video. You want to do that, then you can add those numbers. So you can do the 476, and if you pay attention to the left side, it will show you what you're looking at. 79, -1029. You can press enter if you look at the other one. Now, you're like, oh wait, I don't have the thing anymore. If you're on controller, on Xbox, or PS, I'm not too sure if it works on PS, I mostly play Xbox, but you can press the up arrow to cycle in your chat. And then you can simply add the numbers afterwards. 471. And let's say you're lazy like me and you don't want to type the numbers out constantly. What you can do is, instead of having to type the numbers, on console, if you press your right D-pad, it will cycle through the chat. And then you can click space, cycle, click space, cycle. On computer though, you can use your tab button. The tab button will do the same thing, it will cycle. So now that I have my coordinates down, see, the list on the left tells me what I can place. And let's say, oh, I want to use stone. Right, stone. Boom, we have a box of stone. That's awesome, but like, what if there was stuff in the way, right? And let's say I want to keep those dirts, but I don't want to remove it. Okay, I'm gonna choose sand for the next block. Sand. Now I don't want to remove the dirt, but I don't want the stone. So I gotta use the replace command. We're gonna use replace, and we're gonna replace the stone. Boom, we keep our grass perfectly fine. But if you somehow accidentally did this, it will remove the dirt. So keep in mind, you gotta make sure you add the last little bit. Alright, so that's the replace command. Now, I want to look at this again, increase its height, so now it's 88, right? Change it here. Get rid of those. Now, let's say I want a glass box. And then outline and hollow do the exact same thing. So you have a box. And now I'm gonna go in here, punch a little bit, make stuff inside, right? So you can clearly see there is defections there. And like, let's say, oh, I want to fill this, but I don't want to put air or anything. So let's choose andesite. Now, if we do keep, it keeps whatever is in the selection. So it basically works the same as replacing air, but it's quicker. So you don't have to put replace air, you can just put keep. That's what that does. And now, the next part is going to be a little bit laggy. You can add destroy, and it breaks the blocks as if you were breaking it in survival. And then after that, I actually don't want this cube anymore, so let me get rid of it real quick. Boom. And then after that, if it will get laggy, so I recommend you do a kill command. That then it removes that. Now, those are the basic things, but there's more. There's more you can do with the fill command. So let's look at the fill command again. We know we can put numbers down, etc. And yeah, that's that. Now, if you're like me and you do not want to select this individual positions and you're just trying to fill up a large area quickly, what you can use are tildes. And this is what it is. If you're hovering above the B and you press your left trigger, it will be there. You click that 3 times. So basically, each tilde is where your legs are. It works at your base. It's your relative commands. Now, if I add 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, did nothing. Then I add stone. It's gonna fill a 5 by 5 by 5 block area within the coordinates I set. So it's relative to me, so I can go anywhere and it will work. See how simple that is? All that work would have been so hard. And then you can also set these to be negative, and then it will go up, down, depending on how you have it selected. So I'm gonna switch to air real quick. Boom. Simple. Now, you see all that destructive power we can do? There is another coordinate thing you can use instead of solid numbers or tildes. You can use the up arrow. And if you're on Xbox, that would be N, then you press your left trigger, and if you're on keyboard, it will be holding shift, and then when you press 6. So you put 3 of those, 3 of those. Now, these are your local coordinates. And how they work, it works from where you're looking at. It's like, from the player out that many blocks. So if I do 5, let's switch it up, logs. It will place 5 blocks of logs in the direction I look at. And it won't go diagonal, but it will do the cool stuff. But you get my point. Using those arrows are useful for filling large areas in quick succession, but it's always going to be a box. You can't do diagonals. But as you can see, there's many ways to get around it. You can use solid numbers, you can use your position, and you can use what you're looking at. Now, there is one more factor to the fill command that you need to keep in mind. That there is block states to each item. So for repeaters, there is 4 different states it can be, and 4 different directions it can be. Now, let's say I want this repeater, but I want it at tick 2. You'd have your command, you'd set your repeater, using the D-pad finger there, and then you can use your brackets, and then when you put a bracket down, it's going to show you these options. It's going to show direction, and then delay. I'm going to work on repeater delay. And I'm using the same D-pad trick I taught you guys earlier. Then repeater delay equals 2. Then you got to end that off with a bracket, and then you get to fill that, and then it will have that 2. And then you can do this, but 3, you'll have 3. And then for the directions, you got to put a semicolon. That equals east, north, west, south. And then east, boom, faces that way. Very, very simple. It is very different with many things, but that's the gist of all you need to know about fill commands. Now, I want to tell you guys to have a great day.